Hey guys, I'm Dr. McFarland and I'm back for a quick update on the mute and solo video that I released not too long ago. And in this video, I just want to correct a few things that I definitely got wrong in the last video. And it's all about mindset and just making sure you understand the signal flow and how everything's supposed to work. And in my desire to help out a friend from Taiwan who had a specific question about routing the mixed buses into another bus, it got us both down this rabbit trail of trying to figure out the best workaround to make this happen. So, what I did in the last video as far as the mixed buses was I was using the solo isolate option to be able to actually hear the mixed buses when I soloed the band mixed bus, because the 1 through 8 mixed buses are actually technically 1 through 6, because it's drums, bass, guitar, keys, strings, and cymbals are not going through the master, but they're going through the band bus first, and then out of that is going to the master bus. So what needs to happen is the band bus needs to be in solo isolate, so that way when we solo the other mix buses, this band mix bus will not be muted. Okay, that's a very important detail there. So let me start from the chorus here, and I will just solo these mix buses individually so you can see that in action. Here we go. Okay, so there's the drums, here's the bass, guitars, keys, strings, and cymbals. Okay, and also notice that the exclusive solo function is working with the mix buses. Now that I can actually solo the mix buses and not have them be muted by soloing the band mix bus first. Okay, so I do like that workflow of the exclusive solo, just being able to flip through different options. That works for me. And another thing that I have added to this session that I didn't have before is 2 sets of VCAs. And these are here purely for the function of muting and soloing the either the vocals or the band. Okay, so let me show you what's going to happen here if I just mute the vocal. Okay, check this out. Okay, you can hear a faint amount of vocal still bleeding through because it's going through the reverb mix bus. Now, how I'm dealing with that issue is I've actually added a second reverb to mix bus 10, and I labeled it just band verb. And I am sending the background vocals, and the vocal reverb, which I can actually rename this to V-verb for vocal verb. I'm sending all 3 of these mix buses to a vocal VCA, and I'm sending mix buses 1 through 6 to the band VCA. So therefore, when I solo the band, this is what you get. Okay, we're still getting that vocal bleeding through the V-verb mix bus. So instead of soloing my friend from Taiwan, instead of soloing the band bus, I suggest just muting the vocal VCA. That in turn is going to mute the background vocals, and V-verb. So you're not going to hear any vocal at all. You're just going to hear the band. And then whatever processing that you are going to do on that band mix bus, you can just hear that and nothing else. Okay, so let's listen to it now. No vocals. I can still go in and solo different mix buses, which is great. The drums, strings or synths in this instance, keys, which has the Rhodes on the right and the reverb send of that Rhodes on the left, which is a really cool sound. I like that. All right, so there you go. So how I assigned the different mix buses to the VCAs is you can look here on the bottom and you have VCA assigned. So you just click on that and you have band, vocal, or unassign all. So I'm not going to unassign anything, but I do have these mix buses sent to the band and then the vocal sent to the vocal VCA. Okay. Now what we can also do is move the fader of the VCA, and that's going to control the faders of just the mix buses that are being sent to that VCA. We can do the same thing for the vocal right here, which is really cool. And there you go. So by incorporating a little VCA action, incorporating a little mix bus trickery, we have figured out how to get the routing that my friend wants for his song. And hopefully this inspires you to maybe think up some creative ways that you can do some stuff in the mixing process that you normally wouldn't do if you had other tools at your disposal. So Mixbus is fully featured. It does a great job at mixing and it does it well. And there you go. We have conquered the ability to send tracks to a mix bus and then send mix buses to another mix bus and being able to solo things when we want to, mute things when we want to, and all that great stuff. So, thanks guys for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any other suggestions on future videos that you would want me to make. I've been using Mixbus for a few years now, but not really hardcore. So I'm still a baby Mixbus user, if you will. And I'm learning new stuff all the time. So as you learn and I learn, we'll all grow together and we'll get this whole Mixbus thing figured out. Okay? I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.